Today we'll talk about how to pass your next prop firm challenge. If you're trying to get funded by a prop firm online, try to pass FTMO or these other prop firms, I'll get you through what to do to pass these prop firms, and we'll dive right in. Right, so the statistics for these prop firms are very not that good. I believe it's 95% of traders fail the challenges, or somewhere around 80 to 95% of people fail these prop firms. Then the worst thing is, even those who pass, half of them don't even get their first paycheck and don't even get the money from these prop firms, which is totally sad because people got to pay their money for it. They got to take a challenge and end up just failing and not getting anything in return. Alright, so 5 big tips for you here that I want to share today, and these will make a big difference, I believe. First one is try to avoid as much as you can these 30-day challenges. Now they're getting very popular. Most prop firms out there have a 30-day challenge where you got 30 days to pass and get the funding. Now 30 days challenge gives you only 22 days of actual trading because you got to count the weekend into that, where you cannot place trades in the weekend, of course. So it's very limited. Like 22 days to do 10% return is requiring you to take high risks. It's not impossible to make 10% a month, but for a normal trader with low risks who try to protect the drawdown, it's not going to happen every month. So if you have the chance to go for prop firms that give you either 6 months or no time limit at all. I have my own fund accounts where I give no time limit at all because I think it's a stupid rule to have a time limit. It just goes against the trader, goes to the prop firm's profit more and more, and it makes them kind of have people fail the challenges. They get more money from those. But it's not really in the benefit of the trader to pass the challenge within 30 days. I think it's a stupid rule that shouldn't exist, but still a lot of prop firms have it, and it makes them a lot of money. Now, the second big tip here is to reduce your risk by half. A lot of people are trading prop firms with too much risk. Why? Because they got to achieve a target of 10% perhaps, and because of that, they put in more risk on their trades. They try to go for bigger targets. They try to increase things more. But if you go back and reduce your risk by a lot and go out of that time limit of 30 days, then you have a lot better chances of passing, because lower risks means a lower chance to blow up the maximum drawdown, and therefore you have more chances to pass. If you go with 1% of risk per trade, that's still too high, because then you can have only 5 trades losing and you blow up the 5% drawdown maximum of many prop firms. If you risk 0.5%, you've got 10 trades, which is a lot better. If you risk 0.25%, you've got 20 trades, which is a lot of trades to be able to take and then possibly lose the account. It's really hard to take 20 trades losing in a row and reach the maximum drawdown. So by doing this, not just in a challenge, but when you have the actual funding, then it's a lot easier to keep it. So if you wanted to risk 1% per trade originally, go with 0.5% or 0.25%. Split it in half or more so that you're able to stay longer in the game and pass these prop firm challenges. And the next tip I have, which is a big one, is to identify your obstacles and make a plan to overcome them. Any prop firm challenge, any kind of trading comes with obstacles. That could be you making mistakes, it could be you doing stupid things, it could be the market doing some random events you didn't plan about. So the question is how we're going to use these obstacles, these challenges, and plan for them. So what are you going to do if you have a bad trade and a few bad trades in a row and then you start to overtrade? How are you going to fix this? What are you going to do if you don't have enough trades for your challenge to pass it? You get after 15 days, you're taking only 1 or 2 trades. How are you going to act based on that? Or how are you going to act if you get so busy with work, you cannot complete your challenge and you're into it and you want to finish it? And you're so close to pass, but you cannot complete it because of work. These things should be planned for in advance. You should be able to understand what your obstacles are. We have to do with our students what we call SWOT analysis. So it's a very general term. People use this a lot in business. A strength, weakness, threat, and opportunities analysis. So you're able to see in details what things could affect your trading, what things you're good at, what things you're not so good at, and what things could, of course, hurt you with trading, or what things you could benefit from, what opportunities are out there for you to benefit from. And I'll tell you, a lot of people fail challenges because they have obstacles they didn't plan about, or they knew were coming, but they didn't really kind of do any plan for them. All right, so the fourth tip here is a big one that I want to share because people fail challenges over and over again because of it. And it's a very, very big sort of challenge killer or challenge fee taker, if you want to call it that way. Don't trade new stuff when you're in a challenge. So many people change strategies in the challenge because they don't have enough trades with one strategy they had, and then they find a new strategy online, they try to trade it to pass a challenge, or they have this other style they've never traded before, but they add it now to be able to take more trades, or they're losing if you trade on their own strategy, so they kind of add this new thing to trade now to recover these losses. That is a recipe for just disaster, for just blowing up your account and losing the challenge. I see people do this time and time again where they add new stuff, they're not really prepared, they don't know the stats behind it, and they lose in challenge because of it. If they just stuck to their strategy before, they will probably have passed it anyway. The drawdown will have come back on track into a profit, or they will cash a bunch more trades the week after because of the market changing cycles. It's just much better to stick to what you know already. Don't try to add more things because you're under pressure, or because you feel you trade something new, Only add stuff if it makes sense and if you've tested it before, and if it's in your plan to actually trade this in the challenge. Okay, finally, if you really want to get a better chance of passing your challenge, try to get either a mentor, a coach, or a buddy with you. You don't have to pay for someone necessarily. You can pay for a course, a coach, someone to guide you along the way, give you some tips and be accountable to. Or it could just be a friend, a buddy you have, someone you know who can kind of guide you and keep you on track with your challenge. Having support, having people around you is a lot better than doing it all yourself. Especially when it comes to prop firm, when you're under pressure, you got to do things, you're not sure what to do exactly, and you want someone to bounce ideas off. It's a good idea to do this, to just kind of be having support from someone. In all of your field, whether it's like in medical, if you're a doctor, or if you're in sport, you have a coach, or if you're trying to learn to fly a plane, you've got a teacher or a mentor to guide you through this. In trading, we cannot really do it differently. We try to do it all by ourselves sometimes. We try to kind of be heroes and learn everything by ourselves, be self-learners. And it can only get you so far. Having a coach along the way, throughout tough times, throughout challenges where you push yourself more, can be a very good asset. So for me, it's not essential to get a coach when I want to do something new I've never done before. And you can decide to do it by yourself or get a buddy, someone you know, who could be a friend to help you, guide you along the way. Or of course, you can do it and get a coach, proper education, and learn to get funded by these platforms correctly. But don't just ask all about the guidance and having someone along the way. Now, if you want to get funded in the future, you want to be able to pass the funded challenges and have a platform where you have no limit on the time duration, so you can take as long or as fast as you want to pass the challenge. I'll leave a link below with my own funded accounts. This is something I started the past 6 months or so to be able to have people get funded the right way, not have rules against them or things that they cannot achieve as traders or that's too difficult. Having things that if you're a good trader, you can perform, then you get funded with it easily. So the link will be below if you want to check it out. I also have a program where I help people get funded with prop firms. We teach them the whole thing, the risk management, the risk parameters, the profile they should use within the challenge, how to adapt, how to use the right strategy for challenges. We teach them strategies that work really well for these prop firms. So you can check that out too below. It's going to be the second link. And if you have any questions, make sure you comment below the video. I'll be happy to answer your questions. I read all the comments, might not reply to all of them, but I'll just do a video if it's a good topic that people need to learn about. And make sure you subscribe. We're getting very close here to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is a big milestone I'm very happy about. But I want to have you part of this journey also. So click the subscribe button, click the bell to be notified of future videos, and I'll catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Ciao.